All right, all right. Looks like we have people coming in. Hey, Chloe, can you guys hear me? Okay, everything's coming through just fine. No echo, nothing crazy. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Andrew. All right, all right. Everything's looking good. Sound seems to be good. Just making sure everything is good to go. Hey, Pete. Oh, Bill, you got me. Okay, Bill says, "Good morning. So, what time frame do you think AMC might rise to? Say 25, 20 to 25 organically, is assuming no squeeze happens." Actually, I would say approximately there. To be honest, I think that would be. I think that's kind of realistic. I was one of the reasons that I got into AMC actually was Cinemark. Now, I haven't really done a full in-depth comparison to them. Actually, well, spoiler, this is probably going to be a video coming soon. So maybe a more in-depth analysis of what's going on here. Like, Cinemark is at $24 a share, right? And let's take a look at them on a larger scale. Let's look at them on the 1 year. I mean, look, when was this? This was last year. Here was the big. Oh man, here was March 18th, which is around March 18th, which is when everyone went into lockdown and when a lot of things went bad. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like they have a lot of AMC could be something similar. Obviously, they've recovered much quicker, but let's take a look at this. I mean, they went down to $5. Now, granted, this was probably the lowest day of last year, but they continued to go up. They went traded sideways for a little bit, but then they just kind of just started getting better, and it looks like the a big change was over here. When was this? Toward the end of the year when the vaccines were being announced. And clearly they just kept going up. Look at this. This is incredible, and this is before they're even really open. They're just gonna keep going. These guys are gonna they're not gonna stop. I've been saying this a lot, but a lot of these companies are at all time highs. Uh, you know, it just it's just the way it is, and I predict that these guys are going to be at all time highs as well. Let's see what their max is. 45 for Cinemark. They're already halfway there. I mean, this doesn't sound too crazy for me. People are missing the movies. People want to go there. I think it'll be. I'm very curious to see where these guys will be at. And hindsight is 2020. And I think these people who did not invest in AMC, whenever they see the stock go up, they're like, well, of course the stock was gonna go up. They were closed and they were trading fine. So, very interesting. Looks like I have another. Hey, I am going to get 400 euros on 29th of March. Am I too late to invest in AMC? I'm not sure if you'll be too late to invest. I don't think that'll be too late. Um, I don't think so at all. I mean, AMC is just going to continue to go up. I don't really see that being too late. I think any time. Let's go back to AMC over here. Where are you at? Whoa. Oh, this is the max. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the 3 month over here. So, I don't think you will be too late. March. I don't think the entire economy is going to open until probably a few months. I think the article that I had seen, it was Biden plans to open it in May. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So I won't pull that up right now, but I will pull up a Google tag or a tab just in case. But yeah, I feel like that you'll have plenty of time around there for sure. for sure. Let's see what else we have. Let's take a look at a few numbers. There was something I was pretty excited about. I like I said, I did purchase that Fintel account. So let me look up AMC short interest. So AMC short interest. Oh wait, I just clicked on one. Let's see what we have here. Why does it look so crazy? Okay, here we go. This looks more familiar. So, as you can see, this is something that is just so interesting how these numbers just keep changing. What I do like is, so I feel like these numbers are changing. I do feel like they're getting smaller. I mean, obviously we went 400, 600, 500, 150, but I feel like if you took the average of these and the average of these, we would see it, this top number would be much smaller. And I think that says something. Then again, these are about the same. I was going to say this is like over one day and these are a few weeks, but no, that's what I'm seeing. I also use this site. I forget to use it on my videos, but I'm already on AMC. So I borrowed a desk. This one's pretty legit. I used to use the site a lot for what was I looking at? Oh, I would look at option IV rating, but we'll talk about that another time. But I borrowed a desk. It's pretty cool. It looks like they have the data. I do want to compare it to Fintel and see if they're similar or something. We don't really know where they're pulling these numbers from. These numbers could be pulled from the same source. Maybe they're pulling it from Fintel, or maybe Fintel and these guys are pulling it from some kind of database or I don't really know where they're getting these numbers. What I do know is again this interest, this short interest is obviously it went down a little bit here, but look, we're going back up. So it started at, let's say 5.8, maybe 6, went down 4.7, 4.6, 4.3, and now it's going back up to newer highs. So 5.7, 8.6, 8.7, and now it's at 9%. Now granted, over here it's saying it was at 9.04, 8.95 more recently, but even then, again, these numbers are going up. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Jose, how's it going, buddy? So these numbers I think are very interesting. Let's take a look at AMC. We're in the pre-market now. See if there's any kind of movement. So let's go to the 1 day. So as you can see, last night in the or was this morning? Let's see. So yeah, this morning looks like there was, it was kind of low volume though. And obviously, as you can see, so here's the relative strength index. Anything over 70 is overbought. Anything under 30 is oversold. Taking a look at this number, I mean, this was oversold, and so this is something interesting. I'd be very curious to see how day traders use these kinds of numbers, especially because whenever you see it's undersold, whenever I see this, I'm telling you, like sometimes I look at a chart and I would say the majority of the time, whenever this is oversold here, it's just going to go up. Typically, I don't think it usually goes to being overbought, but that is a good way to kind of swing trade. Now, do I recommend swing trading AMC? No, I don't think that would really help, the cause per se, but it is what it is. Looks like Pete is saying the short shares are up. They were actually at 150 yesterday. Yeah, so you're right. I mean, here's that 150 number I believe you're talking about, and they are up. These guys were, and again, these keep fluctuating. But I do feel like, actually, let me see if I have these numbers on this side. Oh yeah, here's the total available. And again, taking a look here, I'm so curious as to what the difference is, because if you take a look, it was at under 10,000 and under for all these days. It looks like this was just the 25th. But then look at this, 1 million, 1.2 million, and then it started going down, and it looks like it is on a downward trend and went back up a little bit and then back down. So Again, I don't know if these numbers are going to have any real significance. I'm not sure what they could mean, if they're real, they're being manipulated. It's so hard to see while we're in the moment. Like I said earlier, hindsight is 2020, and at the end of everything, I really hope that we get to see exactly what happened. This was a big thing in our history. Even something as small as like The Wolf of Wall Street, that was made into a movie. The Big Short, that was huge, and I wonder if this would be. I don't think this would be in line with The Big Short, because that was obviously a whole economical crash. But I feel like this could make a very interesting movie. I've been watching all these movies. I watched The Wolf of Wall Street. I watched The Big Short. I watched Wall Street with Shia LaBeouf, and it's just so interesting how like these different things are like covered. But good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you wouldn't mind giving the stream a like, that would really help me out. Maybe give me some visibility. We can get some more people in here. Really get things like Trey would say, he was like cooking with Crisco. So that guy's too cool, man. I think he's on a land navigation thing today. So he's gone. So hopefully we'll get some of the Guerrilla Gang members over here. I just love his community. It's so cool what he's built. It's so impressive. Let's go back to Weeble. Let's take a look. If you guys don't know, this is Weeble. I believe it's version 4 for the desktop. Weeble's pretty awesome. I mean, this is incredible. I know a guy who he purchased. He purchased an expensive system. It was like over $50 a month. He was looking at two. He was looking at one that was like over $50 a month, and one that was like $5,000 a year. And it looked just like this, had the same kind of things. I think he had a little more analytics, and you can kind of customize like different algorithms or something like that. But I don't know. I was like, dude, this thing looks incredible. So I think Weeble is absolutely great. We have some great numbers here, great indicators. So taking a look here, I did put it looks like we have a gorilla here. Hey, what's up, man? That's awesome. So taking a look here, it looks like I did put this kind of ascending level of support here. As you can see, this one got kind of close, but that one doesn't really count. And here, we have a few touching points. We have it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this was a good level of support for AMC yesterday. It looks like in the after hours, let me see when the after hours. Yeah, so around here, so after the after hours, and I guess it would be the pre-market, is when it really broke. And so we'll kind of see what happens. So it's 8:10 right now Central. So we'll be getting close to market open, and we'll see how this goes. I'm very interested to see how today's going to go. I'm not anticipating anything really crazy for AMC today. Just to be frank, I'm wondering what's going to happen. So curious. See if there's any news out right now for AMC. 1 hour ago, Buzz ETF tracking social media sentiment launches Thursday amid Reddit manias in stocks. So nothing really interesting. I guess this Buzz ETF thing is huge. I'm not sure if that was the one launched by. I think Goldman Sachs is launching an ETF, and the ETF is, from my understanding, it was gonna be directed toward like the Wall Street bets community, and I think that's a huge opportunity that they have to capitalize on. I'm not sure what the sentiment is toward them within Wall Street bets. I'm on there too much, but I don't think I've really seen anybody's opinion on it just yet. So I'm super curious what's going to happen there. So as far as AMC goes, it looks like we have some good. This order book is looking pretty good. As you can see, we have more buys than sells. So that's always what we want to see. It looks like we do have a buy wall sitting around $8.20, $8.16. So that's there we go. That's always good. Sell wall over here at $8.26. So we're gonna see what happens with this whenever this launches. Let me see what else I have over here going on. So we have all of this. iBorrowDesk is great. Some good information over here. Let's go to this home page. Let me get a sip of water. And something I want to bring up is, let me see what's going on here. Let's take a look at GameStop. You know, everyone is asking me. Obviously, if you saw my video yesterday, I'm not going to be really giving dates anymore for any of this stuff. And as I mentioned in that video, is basically, I don't want to bring anybody down. I think that it's important for people to just stay the course and just be patient. You know, be patient. Do whatever you have to do to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day, and GameStop took a long time for it to have its come up. Let's look at it on the 1 year mark. I mean, this doesn't look like a lot right here, but take a look here. Look, $2.57, and right here is almost $25, right? So this was over back in January, February, March, April. So this is April, and this was December. So this is a long time coming, but you know what? These kind of gains over 1 year is amazing. A lot of people, they're in like the S&P 500 or whatever, and for them, a good year is 20%. So I mean, this is hundreds of percentage. You know, this is a great investment for people to get into, or you know, at this point. And not only that, let's take a look here. I mean, and whenever they started running, they really started running. They had that ladder effect that I had spoken about previously. Take a look here. You know, here, and again, look, they went up and they went down, and it's all over the place. You know, my biggest fear is that we would go to, let's say we went to, you know, from $7 or where we are now, and we went down to $2. Look, $2. Look at this jump. This is a huge gap up. It goes all the way up here, and then it starts to go down, and I'm sure people were getting discouraged. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine the sentiment at this time. And take a look, like $3, and look at this. I went from $3, and what is this number? 3 to 8, and then it stepped. And this is where you could see the momentum really pick up. It laddered up, laddered up, laddered up, and it continued to go. A little bit of retracement. This one was pretty harsh, but take a look. It recovered. And then it just keeps going. Remember, it doesn't take long for it to go to 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16. I mean, those are big jumps, and that's what you saw here. Looks like AMC is trading GameStop is trading pretty well today, or at least in the pre-market. Up 5% on the day. Let's see, 900K in volume in AMC. Is that true? Let's see. Yeah, but this is just in the, I'm not sure if this actually includes the after hours from last night, but this is probably just this might just be the pre-market. And so 900K, I mean, typically I would say that's probably pretty average. 900K, like, not too many people are trading pre-market unless you're seeing some kind of crazy spike. Like, for example, back here, let me zoom out. So let's go back to the big day. So here, if I were to go to let's look at the 1 hour. Oh gosh. What was this? 3. Okay, if we were to go here, right? So take a look, like this volume on this day is in this top left spot right here. Look, 5 million, and this is in the pre-market here. 16 million. I mean, so that's the kind of crazy volume I think that we'll see on that day whenever things start to go crazy. Oh, I see some gorillas in the chat. I love it. I love it. We got the Gorilla Gang in here. Oh my gosh. That is too funny. Okay, I messed up my ascending level of support, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. If you're just tuning in, good morning. Thank you so much for joining up. I want to preface the video. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so just take what I say with a grain of salt. We're just hanging out right now, just looking at AMC. We got still 13 more minutes until the market opens, so we'll just kind of hang out, see what's going on, and we'll have a good time. So let's see. Check the SEC Rule 204. Okay, let's see what that 204 rule is. Oops. Rule 204, closeout requirement. Oh man, I've been on this website a lot recently. Let's look up 204 requirement. Okay, Rule 204 requires brokers and dealers that participate of a registered clearing agency. Dealers and brokers that are participants of a to take action to close out failure to deliver positions. That's actually pretty interesting. I wonder what causes this to be triggered. The participant must close out the failure to deliver for a short sale transaction by the date, no matter settlement day. The T4. So T plus 4, I believe that means 4 days. That's actually pretty interesting. This is pretty long. I don't think I'm going to read all of this right at this second, but I'm going to look into this, and if I think it's super relevant, maybe I'll add this to a video. I'm actually going to save this Rule 204. I'm going to save this link over here as well, because I think this could be pretty interesting. Rule 204. Okay, I went ahead and got that written down. I think that could be pretty interesting. John, man, I remember you, man. You've been here for a long time, buddy. Yeah, I think this could be very interesting. Now, there's a lot of things. I've been looking at this, and there's a lot of loopholes. Like, while they're required to pay out, I'm so curious to see what would happen. Like, let's say you had let's say they had to check out, right? They had to let me backtrack a little bit. Let's say this. You know how they have to settle their shares, right? But then they have a failure to deliver. It seems like there's just loopholes for all of this stuff. There's just loopholes for all this stuff, and it's so hard to just kind of say, okay, this is right. Because as I continue reading, I've been doing a lot of just deep research, and I think what a lot of people do is they take the information from Wall Street Bets or what some big YouTuber is saying, and you hope that they do their research. And a lot of people take them at their word, which, having a platform, they really should be doing the research. And I just want to make it my point to actually do the research and make sure I'm coming in from a ground level and making sure that I understand it properly before I say anything. I think that's important, which is why in my videos, whenever I talk about this, I was talking about the short interest and what it is and how it works, because it's important to know these definitions at a very base level. Super important. Whenever I was talking about the APR, this is annually, but again, this continues to go up. This is, if I were to say I was excited about anything about AMC, about really pushing the squeeze to happen or really putting pressure on the shorts, I would say it's this short borrow fee. I think this seems to be the most consistent indicator of what is going to drive that squeeze. It really does. And so as long as this continues to go up, that's going to be wild. That's going to be something else. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Something interesting that has been really going on. Have you guys been watching RKT? RKT has been a wild ride. This is one of the stocks. So in yesterday's video, I was talking about if there were any stocks that you guys wanted to see. This is one of those stocks that I'm curious if you guys want to see. What's funny is I actually did a video of it on, let me see when I did my video, because I did it a while ago. Or not a while ago, but a few days ago. It was, what was RKT? February 25th. So I did a video on RKT back here. So at about, let's say $20. And it doubled, which is just insane. I anticipated it was going to go up. I didn't think this was going to happen. And this right here, this is your classic pump and dump. So my fear whenever things like this happens is that people are going to kind of jump in and they're going to say, they're going to see that it's here and they're going to freak out and they're going to say, oh my gosh, it's squeezing. And then people are going to like sell their AMC shares and jump into here. And now they're here. They bought in at, let's say $40. And now look at them at 27. And this is the scary part about trying to chase these plays. I've been huge into not chasing. And I've missed out on gains because of it. I don't want to chase like Neo. It was going up, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to chase that, and it went up some more. And then it eventually, it retraced. QuantumScape, I thought about it, but QuantumScape it retraced again. So there are some plays that. Personally, I'd rather just stick to plays that I'm more comfortable with and I believe in long term, because I feel like those are the plays that have a lot of upside. I like to get into plays before the hype. Getting into plays before the hype is so valuable. It's literally valuable. For example, AMC. I was literally in AMC since before all of this happened. I got caught in the I don't want to say. I just got caught in the middle of it, and I got so lucky. And I was also lucky because I had a heavy stake in AMC. I had a lot of money in there because I felt like they were going to open again. That the vaccine was rolling out and everything. There was a small risk about them going bankrupt. So that was something that was a little bit scary. But at the same time, I feel like it was worth the risk to me. And that's why I jumped in. So I just kind of got lucky. And that's why I think it's important to really just think about it. And my approach to AMC really wasn't very technical. It was a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I just felt it, it was just like a feeling, which, a lot of people don't like to trade that way. They want to look at I know this guy, he wants to look at the analytics for the last 10 years. He wants to know what the CEO's house looks like. He wants to know what his wife looks like. He wants to know what everything. He wants to know everything about everybody. He wants to know what the secretary's name is. It is insane what he goes through before picking a company. But you know what he picked? He picked BlackBerry. And you know when he picked it? Actually, let's look at the 3 month. He picked it years ago. He picked it years ago. He's been preaching. I think he got in around, he was in, I think, around $3. He averaged down whenever it was down here. And look at this. It spiked at 28. He didn't pull out, and I know that. He might have pulled out a little bit of profits, but he, even now, look, from let's say his average cost was probably, let's say $3. Sitting at $10, that's not a bad return on your investment. Now, the question is he was in it for how many years? He's been in it for years, at least 2 years, I'll say. So 2 years, let's say $3. Actually, 100% on your investment. A couple 100%. I guess that'd be 300% on your investment in 2 years. That's actually really not that bad. Like I said, a lot of these people are looking for 20% a year on their portfolio. But the 20% a year is typically, and I know that seems low, but 20% a year on your portfolio, usually it's in something like I said, the S&P 500, and that's a very safe return. And I feel like the S&P 500 is a safe play. A lot of these people, especially whenever you get older, let's say you're 50, I probably wouldn't recommend being in these riskier stocks, especially trying to chase these plays. Like if I was 50 or something, I wouldn't be in GameStop. I would 100% still be in AMC because there's only one way for them to go. But I don't think I would be in GameStop just for the risk factor. Let's see what else we have. Okay, my average on AMC. What is my average? My average is about. It's actually kind of funny. I've been averaging up, in a sense, just because I got in so low. Let me take a look. I have like Fidelity and stuff, so Fidelity does not look nice on the computer, so I really don't use it. I just kind of keep it on my phone. Let me click on my AMC. So my average price is about $4, which is just great. I mean, and that's why I'm not really so scared. I mean, here's the deal. I would say this. Let's say my average was $10. I'd still feel good about it. I'd be confident that I was at least going to double my money at some point. So I feel great about it. Let's see what else we have here in the chat. So AMC took around a year. How long has AMC been going for? Well, let's take a look. AMC's been going for a little bit. I would probably say it really started jumping up. Where am I at? I would say it really started jumping up. Let's look at it in the for 3 months. So yeah, this was a good play. So I would say it probably started coming up around, what is this? January. Mid-January. So, we may be in this for the long haul, and I'm okay with that. I planned on staying on AMC for how long did I planned for a long time. I mean, it's a long-term play for me. And if it just so happens to skyrocket to $1,000, then you know what? I guess it's a short-term play for me. That sounds great to me, and that's what I'll do. Absolutely, 100%. Let's see what else is going on. I think I saw another question here. Okay, this is an excellent question. Is the squeeze guaranteed? No. I would say nothing is guaranteed ever in life, except for, I guess, death and taxes, if you want to be cliche. So, I'll put it this way. If you have every single penny of yours invested in AMC, you're behind on your bills, you are, you're eating ramen noodles, and you're waiting for that payout to happen in 2 weeks, I don't think this is the right play for you. This may not be the right play for you because AMC is, like I said, nothing is guaranteed. So you really need to take care of yourself first. If you're becoming behind on your bills, waiting for a huge payout, I would not play it that way. I would definitely I'd be ready to sit in it for the long haul. And you know what? If you're in it for the long haul and it happens earlier, then you won't be disappointed. If you're waiting for it to happen by the end of March and it doesn't happen, then you will be disappointed. And you're going to be much less likely to want to keep on playing. And realistically, it's so funny how we're kind of driving ourselves crazy over this, but we watch it every day and we just want to keep on watching it and watching it and watching it. But it's kind of like almost watching paint dry. Actually, this takes longer than watching paint dry. So it's just so interesting how we just want it, but it's just going to it takes a while. It takes a long time. Can you imagine? Remember, Roaring Kitty, Deep Effing Value, he's been in this, I want to say mid 2019. And he lost some money on it in the beginning, but he was so convicted that he kept going throughout the entire time. Now, granted, in mid 2020 or yeah, mid 2020, I'm sure he started seeing some kind of returns, and he was like, okay, maybe this is the momentum I needed. But he was alone essentially. I'm sure people thought he was crazy at the beginning. Look at how GameStop's. What's funny? Oh my gosh, this is the funniest thing. I was going to invest in GameStop in actually mid to early 2020. I would say probably around March, and I didn't. And this is why. This is why. This is back in 2016, and this is 2019. So I saw this, and I was like, you know what? I don't like the way this chart looks. This does not look good to me. And so, it's just so funny what the opportunities that we miss out on. And again, I didn't do any research on their financials. I didn't think they were going to be pretty, but I felt like GameStop was a dying business. I literally remember seeing at $2, and I was like, do I want to buy in at $2? And I was like, I just don't know. Like, I don't know what the future of GameStop looks like. And I didn't buy in, and look, like, and we can't focus on these plays that we didn't make. We just have to focus on the plays that we are making. And what's in the moment. Like, I also, another thing I was telling Jose, who's, I think he's in this chat here, I was gonna get into Tesla at and I didn't get in. And look at them now. They're soaring. They're doing so great. So I think it's important to just be okay with what's going on. Trust the process, and just be along for the ride. This is a good time. We have this community. This is so insane how we have this huge community, and how everyone has just gotten together. It's just so amazing. So let's take a look at AMC. Looks like we have opened on the day. And good news is AMC is on sale. So if you're trying to average down, if you're trying to find an entry point, it looks like we may have a pretty good, entry point coming in. So it looks like we are bleeding a little bit. It looks like a lot of volume here at the beginning. How much was this? So 3 million in this early volume. Looks like we may have found a bottom here. Let's go ahead and do a line of support here. We could probably put it up here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles touching, and we broke it. I was hoping that that candle was going to stay green. Unfortunately, that does not look like it was the case. We have about a few more seconds before it looks like it locks in. And there it is, locked in. Let me go ahead and get that removed. Let me get some water really quick. It's rough. I completely agree with you. He said, or they said, it's just a matter of time of when, but it could be a while. Oh man, I lost your other chat, but it basically we'll win. And I agree with that sentiment. I mean, I think that, we see some interesting numbers here, especially in this. Let's exit this for just a second before I start crying. We're seeing some interesting numbers here, especially with the short borrow fee rate, and this number is going up. This is their interest. Their interest is going up, and I suppose one could speculate and say this number is going up because it's not looking good for them. It's not a good it's not a good play to be shorting this stock. So if you really believe in it that much, then you're probably willing to pay a little bit extra. That may be one way to think of it. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so it looks like we're just heading down, and it's so funny. I saw I think I was on Wall Street Bets the other day, or maybe it was a comment in my channel, and there was a guy saying like I have an average of $14, and I just started buying more again when it was at like $9, and it's just so funny how people. It was at $5, and if you would have averaged down from 14, and they were around $5 a share, you could have really gotten a lot of shares. You could have really averaged down there, but a lot of people, they didn't decide that they were gonna do that. They decided that they were just going to, just wait for it to go back up and then they're going to buy. If you believed in the stock and if you were truly convicted, you would have averaged down, and the stock, and think about it, if you average down, the stock doesn't have to go that much higher. It doesn't have to go that much higher. Now he has to wait for it to go all the way back to, if he averaged down maybe 12 or $13, for him to even break even and feel that maybe sense of relief. One of the reasons I'm able to sit with such a sense of relief is because my average is so low, and I see this and it's like, okay, well, it's at $8, right? But I'm still at like double my investment, and so it feels good to be able to really watch this and really be able to just be in a good place. Now, I know some people aren't in a good place, and I don't mean to rub it in anybody's noses. I feel like they feel like bag holders right now, and if you have a conviction in the stock and you believe it's going to go back up, then just sit on the money. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell it for a loss and just kind of, chalk it up like that? I don't think I would. And again, just to reiterate this one more time, this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks. So definitely take what I say with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, do what is right for you. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for joining. Man, we have a pretty good amount of people. I didn't know I was going to have this many people today. So I appreciate all the support, appreciate all the love. If you guys wouldn't mind, hitting that like button, that'll really help me out. And if you're not subscribed, if you want to see content on AMC, I'm trying to release content basically every single day. I've been doing pretty good so far. So please, consider subscribing. Paul Jacob, you have a great point. With over 40 franchise films coming out this year, he thinks that AMC will go up. And his prediction, he says 30 or 30 or 40 by Q4 of 2021. So that's this year. 30 to 40. I mean, I've been saying these companies are going to all-time highs, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw those numbers this year. I'm gonna have a video coming out probably later today, and I don't think you're going to want to miss it. I think in today's video, I'm going to talk about what's coming for AMC. Like what are the what are good things that are going to come from it? What are they working on? And I think that'll help people really feel a little more at ease with this play. That's another reason. I also have my Twitter. It should also be in the comment section, the description. So I want to post little updates on AMC throughout the day. And I mentioned this in my last video, but in case you didn't catch that, I want to just tell people, hey, it's okay. Like everything it's going to be okay. And because I know it can be lonely, it can be stressful, it can be scary. Some people put a lot of money in this, and they're scared they're going to lose their money. And I think that giving people some hope is just could mean the world to them, and let's say they're not at their computer all day, if they're out and they're like, and they just want a quick update, maybe they could see something like that. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do. I don't think I'm going to have any kind of system. I don't want to spam people. I just want people to be able to see that, I don't know, just people see updates, people see what they want to see. So maybe I'll get some suggestions from you all, see what you might want to see throughout the day. If you'd rather have like updates at certain times or something like that, I guess I'll get a good consensus of what you all want to see. Right now, let's take a look back at AMC. It looks like AMC's doing okay. So they're staying above that $8 mark, which is not so bad. I remember that we wanted that 801. That was the big number, and it looks like we have stayed above that. So that's good. Let's actually zoom out a little bit. Let's see if we have any kind of like indications here of things that's going on. Let's take a look at the 5-day. So 5-day, I mean. Actually, let me go out to the 1 month. Let's get a little more macroscopic view. So 1 month, so take a look. I mean, we did kind of ladder up, and believe it or not, this kind of reminds me of some of the GameStop chart that we saw. It was kind of it was trading sideways, like little spikes here and there, little spikes, and they kind of laddered up, and it's very interesting. Let me see if this is still accurate. Let me pull something up really quick. Something that a lot of people have been talking about, I'm in the wrong window, is the cup and handle chart like this, the pattern. And take a look. Let me see if I can, Investopedia. Here we go. This is something that I was hoping that we would see. It doesn't look like we're going to get this like picture perfect, but there's always that opportunity. And so the cup and handle essentially is, you have a big run, it kind of cups down, and then this is supposed to be like the handle of the cup. And it looks like, we were starting that here. And as you can see here, kind of it came up and then it started to go down, and then it kind of rounded back up, and then it kind of patterned. So I was hoping to see a spike around, around here. But, if we get that kind of volume, I think what I'm really waiting for is some kind of news catalyst. I really think that some big news catalyst, remember, I believe what happened around whenever we really spiked here, I believe around this time, there was news that they weren't going bankrupt. And whenever they got that news was so important, because a lot of people who were scared to jump into AMC, they finally jumped into AMC. They pulled the trigger and they were like, let's jump in. And that's why we saw this volume. I mean, this is a crazy amount of volume. The entire day. Like, none of these are under like 1 million. So I believe this is the right day. Okay, right here, look. 9 million, almost 6 million, 3 million, 5 million, 16 million. I mean, just absolutely insane. 40 million, 52 million. So as you can see, it's just like this 498 million, like just the amount of volume is insane. I think another news catalyst could really propel us to have a good movement. Let's take a look at a few more of these comments. So this is actually a good point, and I think this might be considered a negative comment, but I want to read this anyways. This is a long-term play for you. There are way better long-term plays. I'm so happy that you feel that way. I hope that you do find a good long-term play, another long-term play. If you have a play that you think is worth it, let me know. Maybe I'll want to jump in because it is a good play. But good luck finding me a play that I'm more convicted in than AMC. I don't think anyone could convince me otherwise that AMC is a good play. There's not a chance, not a chance. So I would love to hear your play. That'd be great. Let's see what else we have here. I'm buying more. Yeah, I mean, guys, if your average is $10, $15, $20, whatever it might be, this is a great opportunity. Why did you buy in at $20? Has your reasoning changed? Why did you buy into AMC? Like, do you believe they're going to open? Do you believe that they're going to be okay? Do you believe that they're going to do well now? There's a lot of different options that these guys have. And I don't want to speculate too much, but if they went into streaming service or anything like that, it could be huge. Remember, I believe they. I don't want to misspeak here, but I think they whenever the price was up, they consolidated some shares to the point where they were able to raise a lot of capital for themselves. And with that money, I'm hoping that they do the right thing. But just time will tell. But again, if they decide, yeah, we're going to come out with a streaming platform, or even partner with a streaming platform, or they do have an acquisition, all of these things would mean a huge payout. And I'd be very curious. I would love to see. I can't wait to see what happens. And at the end of it, let's say let's say everything happens, and it's a few years later, and you're like, man, like AMC was so cool. Everything that happened with AMC, it only took X amount of time, and you know what? I would do it again. So that's also the kind of mindset that I'm in. I'm thinking about the future. What am I going to say in the future? Am I going to say, oh, AMC, it was 3 months and I didn't want to wait, and then after a few more months, it went to 1,000. What are you going to say then? You're going to say, oh, I wish I was on AMC. I'm not going to say I wish I was on AMC, because I will be on AMC, and I'll continue to be on AMC. So that's just my 2 cents about it. Diamond hands, boys. That's what I say. I like the stock. Glenn, love it, man. This guy gets it. Yes, Brian, he does get it. I like that quote, Brian. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. That is so accurate. My friend who was in BlackBerry and who was down at $2, I was like, I said to him, I said, what? I said, what? I said, they're still a company. They're still around. Like, what are they doing? Making phones? And no, they're not making phones. I have a video on BlackBerry on what they do. It actually hurt my brain to like make that video because there's so many technical aspects to what they do and so many different like just sectors they're in. And well, I guess realistically it's one product that they make, but it's a bunch of there's a bunch of applications to it. And so I don't want to just say one product, but they basically have an operating system that can go into a bunch of little devices, and it's absolutely incredible how they are able to do this stuff. I mean, it's just so cool. I'm probably going to be streaming for another like 10 minutes, guys. So really quick, if you're new to the channel, if it's your first time seeing me, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. If you like to see content on AMC, please consider subscribing. I plan on covering it literally basically every single day, as often as I can. So sometimes twice a day. So and I also want to start covering other what is it called? Other stocks. So if there's any play that you want to see or you want to talk about, let me know. I'm probably in my last video I asked, and so I have a few comments. I need to sift through them, see what people are really liking, and we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. It really is unbelievable. I appreciate you guys so much. AMC all the way. That's what I like to hear, man. Jonathan says UAVS is a great play long term. Let's see, UAVS. I think Trey talks about this on his channel, and so let's take a look at the let's look at it on the 3-month. Okay, so this play's pretty interesting. So obviously they've had a retracement. Another thing that let's talk about this company really quick. I haven't really done too much research on this company, or not at all. I really don't know what they do. It looks like some kind of agriculture. Actually, I can see their profile here. They do is a commercial drone technology. Oh, solutions, and I do like drones. They actually make UAV drones, unmanned drones. That is so cool. Focus on delivering metrics, tools, strategies necessary to define and implement drone-enabled solutions. Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. This could be a great thing. I know that there are a lot of green initiatives, so I don't know if they do something like other delivery drones. Thank you, Jonathan. That could be pretty huge. Now, if this had some kind of acquisition from like, and again, I don't know what kind of drones. If it's like quadcopters or if it's like actual like jet type drones, or I'm not really sure, but if this had some kind of acquisition from Amazon or something. Remember, Amazon does that. They just buy a company, and sometimes I believe sometimes they buy it and they just dissolve it. But if they were to buy a company like this and use them to if they were to buy a company like this and use them to deliver, I know Amazon was trying to do a drone delivery, like a 1-hour delivery via drone or something quick like that, which is just unbelievable to me. I think they'll do it too, by the way. But if they were to get acquired by them to do something like that, that would be insane. Okay, so AMC, I saw a comment here, AMC taking a massive beating, and yeah, I mean, it's so interesting to me. I'm trying to wrap my head around this order book, because I look at it. I mean, there are more buyers than sellers right now, and it continues to go down. And look at this volume, like these, and basically, you can either read the numbers or see the lines, the colored in part, but you can see it's clearly there are more people on this side than this side, which is why this side is taller than that side. And just to give a very rudimentary, I apologize for that, very rudimentary explanation, but that's what's going on. Like, taking a look at this, it is it's very tricky, and this is why people say there's like market manipulation and different things like that. It's so hard to speculate on those things. It could be, again, hindsight is 2020. Whenever we get to that point, we'll be able to see what really happened. What really happened. Let's take a look here. Let me see if I have any other comments. I just have a few more minutes on, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Man, it's too cool. I love being able to. The stream wasn't so bad. I was a little nervous. I didn't sleep well last night. I was thinking, how's this gonna go? But you know what? I appreciate you guys' support, man. It's too cool, man. Easy Peasy says Mavis and Sens long term. AMC is the way. I do believe in Mavis and Sens as well. Actually, Trades got me into that one. I think it's pretty interesting. I like what both of them do. Honestly, I think they have great ones. Maybe those are ones that I'll cover in my videos. I kind of don't want to take it from him because I know he's covering it, but I'll see if I have a different approach on it. But I don't want to just kind of take his content or anything like that. I think that's kind of weird. But I'll see if there's a different take I can do on it, or maybe some different DD, and we'll kind of see if I think that'll be a good play. We have anybody from the Gorilla Gang in here? I know I've been asking, but man, Trey's community is really, really cool. I would love to send him a screenshot or something of a bunch of gorillas in the chat, and then I'm like just going crazy, man. That'd be so crazy. But yeah, AMC. People talking about AMZ. We got Randall here from the Gorilla Gang. Love it, man. Yeah, AMC guys, it's a rough day. And actually, this is a good point. This is something I've been meaning to bring up, but I haven't brought up. The bear market, guys. This has been a very rough few weeks. It's been very, very rough. For just the entire stock market. Okay. It's people are saying, oh, the market's crashing. I don't think it's crashing. I think it's a correction. It's just a correction. And my theory on why there's a correction is because a lot of people are excited about the economy opening and everything, like, just the economy opening. And they're like, oh, the vaccine's rolling out, the economy's opening. I know Texas just recently opened and stuff, but that one's not a catalyst. And so they jumped in. They were very excited. A lot of new investors, and a lot of them getting in these plays early. And then, just a small correction, these plays. And keep in mind, there's a lot of these new investors are impatient. And I think we're kind of seeing that with some of this AMC stuff, with how, the dates are really messing with people's minds. And I get it. And that's why I really don't want to do dates much anymore. But that fatigue is just so real. And people I guess what I'm getting at is people not getting their return as fast as they'd hoped. And so I think that's a problem, what people want. Oh, we got another Corey in the chat. See, Trey's lucky because he gets to put his name in the name. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Corey. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is so cool of all you guys to be here. If you're not subscribed, please consider. I love covering AMC. I'm going to be covering AMC a lot more, and we'll definitely just keep it going. So this is a great question by Ken. So he says, how many shares so far have they failed to deliver? So I don't have an exact number of how many shares. In my previous video, I saw that there was $32.2 million of shares that have failed to deliver, and that was up until the mid-February. So recently, the whole 801 thing, we were able to close above. What was that? Since we were able to close above 801, there were about 14 million additional shares that need to be purchased. And remember, that's the amount of shares, not the dollar amount of shares. So, there's a lot of shares that are outstanding. And I think that I also am kind of hoping that there's some kind of catalyst. I would love, and I think some kind of catalyst might be that quadruple witching. Again, I don't want to put a date on anything, so just take this with a grain of salt and just take it with a grain of salt, okay? And a little theory, and this is very speculative, so don't take this at what I'm saying. But if on that day, I think they might want to cover before then, or something like that, because I think all of the numbers have to be released, and if those numbers are accurate, then and again, we don't know if they're going to be accurate or not. It's too speculative, but there might be something there on the quadruple witching, or the quadruple witching, that there might be something there. But either way, like I said, I've chalked this up to a long-term play, and being able to hold for that long will be huge. That's what I have, guys. I do have to start heading out. I actually have to go to work. So hopefully I'll be able to do this full time soon. That would be insane. I think I still have a little ways to go, but as long as you guys are all supporting me, I would love to bring you guys like multiple videos a day. So any kind of support is just monumental to me, and I really appreciate it. Feel free to share the video, share my videos, share my content, share my channel, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I think that's it. That's what I'm going to sign off with. Again, thank you so much, and have a good day. All right, thanks, guys. Peace.